Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of All the Mods 10 Modded Minecraft, where last time we upgraded our power situation, and it's been running pretty nicely. Things are staying charged, and even things that I put in my inventory get charged now, such as a personal shrinking device, which I was running around using this to make cables, and what it does is it basically makes me nope makes me tiny. I'm very tiny now. Look how small I am. Yeah. This can, as it says, shrink you, and it can make you big, small, whatever. And you just shift right click to use it, right click to change the size of what you want to be. So this is normal, 000 is all normals. So if we go up here, let's go somewhere where it won't hurt me to get bigger. We can make myself 7.4. And now shift right click. Womp. I am now mega dork. Yeah, no, this is too big. But yeah, this takes energy, and as you can see, me using it just now, it used up energy, but my system is so good that it's actually charging it in time. So I would like to do something more than this, though, but it's something similar. I want another energy source, but I want one of the better energy sources, because what we plan to do today is going to require a lot of power over a long period of time. I want to build the builder. Now, the builder, it basically is a type of quarry. I think I've talked about this before. You can use it to quarry out the mining dimension and whatnot. So if we go over here, I've just been manually mining using this little shaft down here, and my actual, like, yeah, my tunnels have gotten so extensively convoluted that it's just, it's ridiculous. Like, I'm all over the place. I go up, I go down, I go left, I go right. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. So I just want to stop doing this and then just start actually digging it out properly. And for that, we're going to need the builder. And for the builder, we're going to need a lot of power. So for our power needs, we're actually going to continue to use Power, because it is actually a really good power generation mod. These are all our generators over here, and we've been using magmators for the most part. We've also just dipped our toes into the thermos. Yeah, the thermos. We dipped our toes into the thermos for the niotic tier, but I want to go down here to the nitro tier. And I just want to kind of skip all these guys. I'm going to make them just to complete them, but I want to go over to the reactor. Now this guy, as you can see, it generates 500,000 FE a tick when it's properly provided. So we're going to have a lot of things we're going to need to set up for that, because it requires, let's see, at power, it's going to require uraninite. It's going to require dry ice, and it's going to require, I believe it also requires coal. Hang on. Reactor's a multi-block generator that uses uranite as main field. Material function, blah, 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 blah. Basic hard nitro, extract. It needs a few different materials. And I could have sworn carbon was one, which comes from coal. It's going to need a way to cool things down, which is the dry ice. And it's going to need uraninite to actually power it. I think it also requires redstone. Don't quote me on that. I have to look, because it seems that power has gone through a lot. But first and foremost, in order to even make this reactor, we're going to need some spirited. Oh, we're also going to need some actual uraninite, so we need to get that generating. We're also going to need a spirited version, which is the tier just below. Then we're going to need a niotic version, a blazing version, a hardened, a basic, and a starter. So yeah, we need to get a few things on tap, which is nitro, spirited, and uraninite. So let's move that over. So these are 3 things that we are going to need to get generating right now. So let's do that. Alrighty, I've gathered up everything that I'm going to need to have generating. Well, kind of. I've gotten it started. I need to make all these things into seeds and their respective, stuff up here. So I've got the blazing crystal and I've got the energized steel because I need to get these seeds actually generating as well, because honestly I don't actually have all that much of it. Like, I have 7 blazing crystals left and 230 energized steel. So yeah, I need to get these automated as well. So the niotic crystals are already generating, so that's nice. That's nice. But I need to get the uraninite generating. The blocks of emeralds are actually for the spirited crystal, because when emeralds are powered like this, they make spirited crystals. But we can actually bulk make it through energizing blocks of emerald into blocks of spirited crystal, which we're going to need 36 of them to make the 1 times blocks, which are then used to make the actual spirited crystal seeds. And it's kind of the same deal with the nitro crystals. The nitro crystals needs the 1 times blocks, so I gotta make several of them. And the nitro are made through a block of blazing crystals, some redstone, or 2 blocks of redstone, and a nether star. So yeah, I'm just gonna bulk craft a lot and get it all ready. And then uraninite is actually made normally. Hang on. Boop. Nope. This is either smelted in here or it is energized in here. And we get different amounts. So 2, 4, 6, 3, 5, yeah, all that. So, but let's go ahead and make this one, because this one will be easy. Oh, look at that. I was looking at it and I didn't even see it change. It changed like popcorn. And pop. And pop. Now for this, we actually only need 4 to make the actual seed, which is very nice. I thought we were going to end up needing like blocks of this. Like, I thought we were going to need blocks again, but hey, I'm going to get it in before they decide to change it later on. So do that, and then just throw that back into the system. And then we're going to do this, where we throw a block in, and I've already set up the system to take that out. Oh. Yeah, that's going to take a minute. It being slow. Although these only being on the basic tier might be part of the problem. I wonder if our power is also part of the issue. Oh, these are empty. How are you guys doing? Some of them are full, some of them are empty. Where was that one? This one's going down. Oh, wow, that takes up a lot. That takes up a lot of power. Okay, yeah, no, I figured, because, if we look at it through energizing, it takes 9 million FE just to convert 1 block into the block of spirited. How much does it take normally? It takes 1 million. Okay, that makes sense, because 1 emerald is, yeah. Okay. Hey, where'd you go? Oh, for some reason, apparently it didn't stick in this one. Boop. And then, actually, I can move this over here. So there. Now everything should go in there. But I get to sit here and do this for a little while, and then go over there and make them into seeds, and then I get to go down there and plant them, and then do that and that. I say it takes a long time, but honestly, this is what's going to take the most time. So I guess I'll meet you back once all our seeds are generating. Okay, so our seeds are generating. we've got our energized steel, we've got the blazing, uraninite, spirited, and niotic crystal, or not niotic, nitro. The niotic I've been generating. But those seeds are all generating, and they've been generating for a couple hours now. Because I planted them, and then I went off and played some Magic with my buddies. Magic the Gathering, that is. And we've been pretty successful in our gathering. We've got over almost 4,000 things of energized steel, a little over 3,000 things of blazing, just under 2,500 things of uraninite, only 757 spirited, because the spirited crystals require, a full 9 to actually make one. So yeah, that one's actually going to be kind of bad. But the nitro ones I actually put up here, and we've gotten almost 5,500. Because the nitro ones, if you look, when you use them, you have to have a nether star to make 12. So it's weird. This is better than the spirited for some reason. The crafting recipe on this is actually cheaper than the nitro or the spirited. It's weird. This is the top tier, but that one is way harder to get. It's weird. It's weird. But they are generating, so we should now be able to go to reactors. And I, by the way, have already put in the recipes for it. And we should be able to make 36 of these guys. And it's ready. I can make it. I've got everything I need. So let's go ahead and start her up. And then we'll run upstairs while it crafts. By that time we get up here, it should complete. Apparently not. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this yet or not. I'd have to look back in the videos. Oh, hey, you can see things crafting. I hooked up the vibranium furnace with a advanced pattern provider. Really don't know what the advanced part about it is, but it just, it's hooked up. It sends things up into here to be smelted, and then I have it as a input output on the bottom, so that way it pushes things in and pushes things back out, and then the auto outputs are on. So yeah, but right now all we've got in it is glass. Things are still processing. Let's look. Oh hey, 3 seconds left. 2, 1, 0. There we go, 36 nitros. So if we, leg. If we go down here, pick up those nitro. If we do this, take these. It has a GUI now. It didn't used to have this. Oh, that is so nice. Because before you would just click and then hope you put it down right, and if you didn't, you'd have to dig it back up and then put it down again. Oh, but that's so nice. We're going to place it there, and then it just builds itself out of my inventory. And then once it's all done, it should form a multi-block. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Now, this hasn't changed much at all, not that I'm noticing. But you know what? This looks good either way. I like this, so I actually kind of like the way this little lines are running all over it. This is like sort of like a tattoo I want to get on me. But if we look here, yeah, we need redstone, we need carbon, which is coal, we need the uraninite, and a solid coolant, and possibly a fluid as well. We might also need some water from this guy, which is easy enough. We just need to bring it around the back, or create a new one and then just run it around the back. And so this is where the stores. So now I need to run a cable, a AE cable from up there all the way over here, so that we can take things from the system and hook them into here. And thankfully we can actually do that in one or two actual exporters, because if we look at an exporter, I'll just slap this bad boy on the back real quick. You can see it allows us to send multiple things, and if we need to craft it, we can put a crafting card and whatnot. So let's look into this. The dry ice is what we're gonna need. It needs blue ice to make dry ice in a power energizing thing, which we have up there, and which I have upgraded to the Niotic series. Like, all of these are in the Niotic versions, so this actually made things go a lot faster. I don't have anything in there anymore. But yeah, I need to get a line hooked up, so let me run that real quick. And our cable has been laid down. You can't see it exactly because it's, covered by facades again. But it is run all the way from over there, all the way over here. I got the export bus hooked up, but not putting stuff in it just yet because I wanted things to build up a little bit more while they did. So now, for now, we are going to have to put in just water because the dry ice requires an energizing, and yeah, that's a whole process to set up the automation of that. So that might go in later. So I'm going to need another sink, which easy enough to do. I could literally just steal the sink from over there, or steal the connection. But I'm just gonna set this bad boy right here. And then I need a pipe. I need you. And then I'll take one of you. There we go. And my pipe wrench. Pop you on there. Do that. And do that. And now it's transferring 10 buckets every tick. And it's filled up. Okay. So right, we need to give this coal, we need to give it redstone, and uraninite. So, we need to give it redstone, we need to give it coal, and uraninite. Just put those three things in. It's already filled up the redstone. It's filled up the uraninite, I guess, because it's already heating up. Hasn't put any coal in. It's still filling up with there. Go away. Put some coal in. Let me help you along, and then now it's putting in uraninite. We should see. Oh yeah, it's already generating. Look at that. The generation. Okay. Generating goes up to its max. Okay. So we should see it reach. And stored is, it's already storing. Dang, it's already at 100 million. That's fast. It's a fast boy. But now that it's doing that, yep, everything's gonna just start ticking down slowly. I hope it doesn't eat through it too quickly. Because if it eats through the uraninite too quickly, we're not gonna have enough. Let's see, 79, 78, uran. As long as we're generating it faster than it's consuming, we'll be fine. I don't know if we are. Because it looks like it's consuming it pretty quickly. It should even out, though, once this stores up all of it. But now we need to hook up energy as well. So we need another... nope, not cable. We need another type of pipe. Energy pipe. And we're going to need another one of you guys. Nope. Dang it. And then hook this guy up. Oh, does it not? Oh, can it only hook up from the top? That might be an issue. Yeah, it only hooks up from the top. Unless, can I hook it up right here? Okay. Okay. It'll hook up right here. That works. That's fine. We can work with that. I just always hook it up from the top in my other playthroughs. Just pop that in there, pop that in there. And we're storing. And the generation's still going up. But these guys are full now. 2244. I don't think we're generating enough uraninite. I may have to get that ticking up faster. Oh, I looked at the wrong thing. Oh, that's because it's dropped below. Well, for now, it's generating, so we have enough power. These guys are starting to back up. So we could theoretically... This has just gotten me a little confused now, because it's not generating fast enough, and I thought we were generating fast enough, and now I don't know what to do. Give me a sec. Yeah, so the reactor was generating, or not generating. It was generating really well. That's not the problem. It was eating through our supply of uraninite way too quickly. I mean, way too quickly. We started at like 2.4 thousand, and by the time I made a decision to change ALF from the reactor, yeah, we're already down 400. It was at just over 2,000 things of uraninite, and that was only in like the span of like 10 minutes. So yeah, it was time to change. So I did a few changes, such as upgrading our thermo generators to nitro and taking down our magmators, because the magmators I'm going to be putting back up, but I need to replace the lava source. So that's what's going on with this. But these guys are now generating a pretty good amount, 4,900 FE a tick, and it's keeping all of our power needs satiated, so we're all good on that front. This guy's been unhooked for the most part. It's still technically sending stuff to it, but it's basically turned off. So no power is going out, no power is coming in. Yeah, it's just going to sit there for a little while until we can generate enough uraninite to actually take care of that. But in the meantime, we're going to be going back to lava power. We're going to be upgrading our magmators to the nitro, just like we did with the thermos. But in order to actually get enough lava, we're going to need a much faster resource generator. And for that, we're going to need an infinite source. And if you don't know, that's what this hole is going to be for. Well, kind of. Not really, but yes, really. This big old hole is where we're actually going to be storing... Oh, hey, there's a little slime. Go away, little slime. I don't know why you guys spawned. The light level is perfectly lit up here. See, there's no, like, yellow X's or red X's on the floor, so... But we've got a big hole. Now, ignore the mage lights. The mage lights will be going away. But this is where we will be storing a full pit of lava. It's a full chunk. So it's a 16 by 16, and then it is 48 blocks deep. Now, we only really need 40 blocks to have an infinite source, thanks to create being added in. And that's actually how we're going to be piping out most of that lava. And I guess technically how we're going to be piping it in. I've got 1,000. Is it 1,000? Yeah, 1,024 buckets in both of these. So just over 2,048 things of lava, which will only fill it up like a fifth of the way. So yeah, we're going to be, using this lava in here plus the lava we are generating up here to actually hopefully feed our lava needs over here. But in order to do that, we are going to have to get started on the create mod. Now, I've done a little bit to get us there. I've gotten a few andesite casings, a few shafts, some andesite alloy, which I even made it auto craftable. Got us some super glue and was just kind of testing a couple things out. But we're going to end up needing... Oh, hey, they changed the portable fluid interface. Neat. We're going to need a hose pulley. Oh, which means we're going to need dried kelp. That is actually something I forgot about. Kelp. We have 1,000... What was that? I just heard an XP sound. I have no idea where it came from. Either way, we have 1,000 kelp, but that's not actually going to be enough. So we're going to need to actually learn how to make kelp. Water and nature essence, that's easy enough. And we just want to throw this in here. Oh, you can see I tried going into solars, but these, yeah, this was a dead end that I just, yeah, I don't need this anymore because it just was going to be too expensive to do this right now. So back into regular patterns they go. But with dried, or with kelp now automated, we can then go ahead and make a processing pattern for dried kelp, because we're just gonna smelt it on up. Oh, it's a processing pattern. That's neat. The regular blank patterns don't have a thing, but then regular crafting patterns will also have a different look about them. Like, see how this one's blue and this one's purple? That's a neat little touch. I didn't know about that. Let's throw that guy back in there, though. So if we come... Oh, I could have done it over there. But let's come over here, since we're already on the way. Throw this guy in here. We can now make dried kelp as much as we want. And then we're going to need to know how to make the dried kelp block. Dried kelp block. Thank you. And throw you in here. And now back to create, if I can spell it right. We're going to want the hose pulley, but this guy's going to require... Right, we're going to need to make copper casings, which is just a thing of wood, or I should say logs. Yep, we still got plenty of logs, and some copper. So take some copper. We're just going to set these guys down. Where is Cinco? Alright, and now we take an axe, and we just right-click on all of these, turn them into strip logs, and then we can just go behind ourselves with some copper, and get ourselves some copper casings. So I'm going to do that, get us some copper casings, and then I'll be right back. Alright, after just a little bit of copper casings, we should now be able to make the hose pulley. And that should craft up really quickly. There we go. Yep, crafted up real quick. So now we've got the hose pulley, so that'll be able to pull the infinite lava source. Hose pulleys can be used to fill or drain large bodies of fluid. Yep. And this is essentially what we're going to be doing. While fully retracted, the hose pulley cannot operate. Yeah. Draining runs from the top to the bottom. The surface level will end just below where the hose ends. And filling runs from the bottom to the top. Okay. So that's what we got to keep in mind is the hose pulley we are going to have to set just above where we want the lava and then just lower it to where it is right at where it'll fill up, and then we just start feeding it all this lava. So, actually, can I do this without fluid pipe? And then if I take I need a crank, right? A hand crank. Take this bad boy. Now I should be able to just take this guy all the way down here. And let's say hook you up right here. No, I'm gonna have to, oh, hey, whoops. Insert, and then switch this around. Oh, I also got some andesite on autocraft, because, or not autocraft, but generating. Where the heck? Will you turn the right way? No. No, no, no. I want it to face over here. There we go. Want it to face this way. That way I can just kind of slap this bad boy down. And then if we take this crank and lower it, that's 2 blocks. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm counting these little rungs, so it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Okay. Make a liar out of me. There we go. Should now be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. So we're going to start to fill up from there. So I guess I want to knock these out real quick. All right, with those mage lights all disconnected now, we should just be able to do this, I believe. I need my pipe wrench. Let me do this, and we should see, yes. So we don't actually need create itself to do this. We can use other mods with it, and I just did that, and oh my lord. Oh, that was so, oh, and we're already out. That was so fast, though. That was so fast. Lordy, I didn't even really have time to really have, like, an existential crisis about this. Hello? Hello? Lag? Is it lag, or am I just being... No, there it goes. Okay, I don't know what that was about, but it should do the same thing again. That's just amazing how quick that goes. And the fact that we don't have to use create to pump it in or out is going to be amazing. But now, I get to sit here and wait for all the lava, not this lava, but all the lava up here that we were originally using to generate into one of these tanks so that we can just keep going back and forth, filling up. Like right here, I'm only at 400. Oh, this is going to take a minute. Or I could go to the nether and do that. But either way, either way, that's about all the time we have for this episode. I know it was a bunch of hoopla and not a lot actually getting done, but you know what? Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. That's just motto to live by. So next time we will definitely have all this lava down in that pit, and we will be hooking back up the magmators and playing around with the create mod a little bit, I guess, because yeah, I like that mod. So I hope you're looking forward to that. I know I am. I've been Dorkman191, and this has been All the Mods 10 Modded Minecraft. Bye, y'all.